Hey guys, it's Dee and this is my first upload ever, and I have a match here against Doodlebunch, and just looking at the team preview, he has some pretty hard hitters. He's got Latios and Scizor, so I gotta deal with that, but I think with Rose Raid, I can pretty much take any attack his Latios wants to throw at me, because I'm fully specially defensive. And Landorus, I can deal with the priority Ice Shard, and I have two Earthquake users. So Heatran shouldn't be too much an issue. So I predicted him to lead off with Tyranitar since I don't have any weather. So I thought he'd just want to get up his sand. But it turns out he's going to lead off with Latios, I guess, predicting my Donphan lead. Obviously not want to take any Surfs or anything. I'm going to Rose Raid since I'm fully specially defensive. And I take nothing from this Surf. So it turns out he's Life Orb, not Expert Belt or Choice Specs. So I just stay in here knowing he can take any hit he wants to throw at me, and I lay up some spikes. And yeah, I thought this Heatran would be more of a defensive variant, but turns out I think he's Choice Specs, because I think he OHKOs my Rose Raid here, which I thought I would take this better, but I guess a Specs Overheat with Stab on a Heatran, that's gonna do some serious damage. So yeah, I lose my special wall in my main counter to Latios, so now I have to work around that. So I send in Jolteon, just gonna Volt Switch out. Kind of forgot he had his Landorus here, so that's why I didn't go for the HP Ice, which I do carry for that pseudo Bolt Beam coverage. So I go into Donphan, just take any hit he wants to throw at me, but it turns out he goes for the Swords Dance. But I'm bluffing that I have the Ice Shard here, because I really don't. I'm carrying Superpower instead. So that was actually a pretty risky move on his part, going for the U-turn, because had I gone for the Ice Shard, he would have taken a lot of damage from that. So he's gonna go into Scarm now, just gonna lay on my rocks here, and yeah, I think he's just gonna get some hazards up. I think I'm gonna go into Victini here, just scare him out with the Recreate, Stab and ×2 super effective, 180 base power move, and he's just gonna lay up his rocks. I also want to get a Victini in before the rocks, because I think I'm packing the Focus Sash, since I am a Trick Room Victini, so just to make sure you get that Trick Room up. But he's going to bring in T-Tar, that's just going to break and get the sand up, it's going to break my Sash. I'm going to set up the Trick Room. I thought he would go into Heatran, and I'm packing the HP Ground, so that would actually help me a lot. And he's just going to Pursuit Trap me here. I forgot about Pursuit. I thought he might try to over-predict and go for the Crunch, which would definitely take me out. But I'm going to go into Donphan here, and I don't think I go for the Superpower yet, because I know he's going to switch out, not wanting to sack his Tyranitar yet. So I go for the Rapid Spin, just get rid of those rocks, so maybe I can switch in one more time with Victini. But he goes into Scarm, and he's just going to lay up his rocks again. So, yep. And now I'm going to switch out, since I really can't do anything to this Scarm. Yep, just some after turn effects here, and yep, I'm gonna switch out into Jolteon, knowing I can easily scare him out with a Thunderbolt or the Volt Switch. And since his Sturdy is broken because of the Stealth Rocks, even after lefties, yeah, this Sandstorm damage is kind of annoying, as you'll see later in the match, because it actually cost me the match. And here he goes into Landorus, thinking I don't have the HP Ice since I didn't go for it before. But I do. I go for the HP Ice. That's easily going to take out the Landorus. And now I'm free to Volt Switch all I want. And now, oh yeah, Trick Room was up, so he probably could outsped me since Jolteon's pretty fast. And now he's going to go into Latios. I actually calc this. I can't take him out with 1 HP Ice from there. I think max it does like 74%. So I go into Victini just for Def Fodder, because really nothing else wants to take a hit from this Latios. And now I'm going to go into Mamoswine. Choice Banded Ice Shard. Yeah, that's easily going to take out this Latios. Yeah, no crit or anything, just Choice Banded Ice Shard. Gonna do some serious damage, and now, yeah, he goes into Heatran. Again, nothing wants to take a Specs Overheat on my team. I mean, my only special wall was Rose Raid, and even he didn't want to take a Specs Overheat. So I get a crit on the Ice Shard. You'll see it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a ×4 resistant move. And yeah. So now, after I die from this Overheat, I go into Jolteon. because if he is scarfed, I'm pretty sure I can take a -2 overheat from this Heatran. So I'm just gonna Volt Switch out of here because I thought he might want to switch and try to preserve his Heatran because this thing is a serious threat to my entire team. But he stays in, and the Volt Switch doesn't kill. Ugh, I was so disappointed here. So now I have to sack my Staraptor. And the Staraptor, Jolteon, Volt Switch U-turn, that's pretty much the core of my team. And yeah, I don't really get to show it off in this match, but that's pretty much what I base my team around. So now I just go into Jolteon, and I'm going to Volt Switch out. I know it does give him Switch Initiative, but I figured that Donphan pretty much can do a good job of walling the rest of his team. He can go out to Skarm, but after the match he told me that his Skarm really didn't have any attacking moves, so he really couldn't do anything to me there. Here, yeah, so he's gonna go out to T-Tar, who I do pack the Super Power, so I'm going to easily take out this T-Tar. I think an Earthquake also would have taken it out, but it doesn't really matter. So he's just gonna crunch me, try to get a little bit of extra damage before he dies. In hindsight, I probably should have Earthquake, because if my because after this he's gonna bring out Scizor, and he's going to Bullet Punch me. I'll live one, and I'll hit him back with an Earthquake, just for stab and stuff. And then yeah, you'll see. So he's gonna Bullet Punch me here after taking some Spikes and Stealth Rocks. And yeah, that's not gonna take me out because Donphan's a defensive monster. So I'm gonna Earthquake, bring him down to about half. I think he's Choice Banded, because, I mean, he would have Swords Danced up by now if he had it. And he figures he can just clean up the rest of my team with Bullet Punch, but I'm fairly confident I can live a Bullet Punch with Jolteon, even though it's a Scizor and I have piss poor defenses. But yeah, just gonna finish this Scizor off with a T-Bolt, and oh yeah, and then Sandstorm's gonna take me out, which really sucked. I mean, had I like spun away the rocks or something, I would have been able to live one more Sandstorm turn, but I can't. So I would have been able to take out his Skarm with a Thunderbolt since it didn't have Sturdy anymore, and he told me he had no attacking moves. Yeah, so this is gonna be my first upload, and I'm gonna try to upload some more battles. I just had trouble finding some, and yeah, not the greatest battle, but again, it was the only one I could find. He was on the TPX chat, and he was just like, "Yeah, you want a battle?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So yeah, that's it. For whoever's watching, just rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time, guys.